So eat my shorts is just a bad Simpsons episode, right? And woohoo, it's the top. We've got donuts, meh, like the MTV generation, bit in the middle, and dough for when they're not doing so great. That music's not too loud, is it? In the background? I can't really tell. It's fine in my ears. Okay. So, I've got my little, well, when it loads up, I've got my little Disney Plus thing here to tell me. It's basically just a quick reference. The music is all good and I love the tie. I thought you might. I've got Mr. Burns in the background as well. And I've got my Simpsons movie hat on for when I went to see the film. Alright. So, let's get this underway, shall we? So, for some reason, the first one it's got is Homer Badman. Where, if I don't remember the names of the episodes, it's because I didn't know the names of the episode until it came out on DVD. Because they never told us the episode names. Alright then, so Homer Badman. Let's see. So, Homer gets caught dancing with somebody, and then he has to try and save his marriage by telling Bart how to respect women. Hilarity ensues. I won't lie, the first series is quite rough. All the character motivations in the designs and the world designs just aren't there until... They're not really solidified until the fourth series, let's be honest. So, Homer Badman. It's fine. The song at the end is fantastic. It's alright, I think... Not terrible. I don't want to go to a bad start, so let's put it in the meta, shall we? This one. Crepes of Wrath, where Bart goes and becomes an exchange student in France. You know what? I quite like the payoff to this one. Where Bart suddenly learns French and gets a policeman. And there's a whole subplot about an Albanian boy who comes over and is spying on them. I mean, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's as high as these two, though. I think there's going to be an awful lot in the meh tier for the first season, don't you? So, yeah, I'll put that there. Krusty Gets Busted. I'll tell you now, this is going in the Donuts one. Because this is the episode which kind of introduced Sideshow Bob as a main character and a foil. And Bart has a lot to do in it. And it's not going to go in the woohoo one because it's got big boots to fill. References. So yeah, I think that's deserved there. Obviously, pipe up. Let's hear your opinions. I'd love to know. Right then. Next one. Can't remember the name of this one. This is the one where Homer and Marge go off and they get a babysitter who turns out to be the babysitter bandit. There's not a lot to this one. That's pretty much it. It shows you like the happy hours on the TV. But honestly, it's pretty forgettable. Well, I found that one. No. Yeah, it's like the season finale and it kind of whimpers. It's not terrible. I'll be honest, I don't think there's anything that's going to be like in that tier at all. So, I think those as far as down as we're going to go. Let's see. Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire. The first episode. It's not going to go in dough tier, but it's going to go in the meh tier. So, it's the very first episode, so it's got a lot to build up. Again, it's the first episode. It's rough as fuck. It's not all that funny. Characters' designs are all over the place. Like, no one's established yet. You do get Santa's little helper, and he is the best boy. So, that one's... That's nice. But it's literally just setup, isn't it? It's just world building. I mean, I suppose it did its job, but... It's there. They've got to start somewhere. Alright. Bart the Genius, which I believe is the second episode. I think it varies on, like, regional. I mean, I thought this is further down the line, but according to Disney Plus, this is the second episode. So, I don't know. Hardy ha ha, hardy ha ha. Get it? Alright. I'm going to put this in the Donuts one because there's quite a few things that made me laugh. This is one of the first ones I remember watching. I had this on a VHS tape. And it's got a little control hamster in it. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's got a control hamster in it. So, that goes in the Donuts tier for sure. There's a bit where there's the little chemical explosion. Just get green sludge everywhere. Yeah, there's a lot to like about that one. Let's see. Which one's that? I'm having to go off one single image to tell me what the episode is, so if anything, that's just testing my knowledge. I can't remember the name of that episode. Is it Homer's Odyssey? It is Homer's Odyssey. It's the third episode. It's the one where Homer loses his job and gets it back. A lot happens in this one. It's the definition of a status quo episode. He loses his job, but he works at the power plant, so he's got to get it back. I think it's the episode that introduces Mr. Burns and Smithers. In fact, it's the episode where Smithers is got a completely different palette, and everyone looks at it and goes, "Hey, remember that time Mr. Smithers had blue hair?" It's like, yeah, that was weird, wasn't it? I think I'm gonna stick down the Dota. It's fine, but nothing's really stand out. Now this one's a lot better. I'll tell you now, I'm gonna put this in the Donuts tier. So this is one where Homer goes to Mr. Burns' birthday party and realizes he doesn't like his family because they think they're all screw-ups. But again, this is an episode I watched a lot when I was a kid because I had it on VHS. So it's probably more personal. But I watched this one a lot. And I remember my family laughing like hell when they're just doing electroshock therapy and they proved that they couldn't be cured. They are just officially screw-ups. The button mashing the electric chair, yeah, it's that scene, isn't it? It's worth it for that. And they've got the mallets that they whack each other with and say, "Hey, the padding don't work, man. You got to take it off." Let's take it off, and Bart just whacks Homer in the leg. Yeah, that's going up. All right, Bart the General. I'm gonna sound like a scratch record, but I had this one on VHS as well because I think these were on the same video. There's like a couple of episodes, and yeah, I like Bart the General. One phrase makes this episode. What's the password? Let me in, you idiot. Close enough. Yep, that's it. Yeah, it's one where it introduces Nelson. Bart tries to stand up for him by getting a child army together. Yeah, it's good. I think it introduces Grandpa Simpson as well, and the first introduction to him is typing a letter saying all the things he doesn't want to see on TV. Abe had a big role. He did indeed. Yeah. So yeah, it's sort of first in that one.
Until it is done.
Oh, don't worry, Mr. Dino. We're gonna tear through all these episodes. There's 113, so we've got a little ways to go yet. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Lisa's got the blues. She introduces Bleeding Gums Murphy. And to quote the show, later down the line, when they have the Troy McClure episode, they said, "Oh, which characters, which popular characters left the show?" It's like Dr. Marvin Monroe and Dr. Bleeding Gums Murphy. And if you said those, you're wrong. They were never popular. And I'll be honest, I feel about the same. I was never that bothered about Bleeding Gums. I mean, I'm sure it resonated with some people, but not for me. It's just sort of hyped about Rising. Yeah, same, man, same. Less than a week to go, bloody hell. Can't wait, man, can't wait. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, nothing really stand out for me. There's a lot of that for season 1. It's not really until we get to like season 4 the episodes get way more interesting. Call of the Simpsons. They get an RV and go into the wild, and then Bart's mistake No, Homer's mistaken for Bigfoot. It's not really that funny, I'll be honest. It's okay. There's nothing really stand out. Not that I can remember, and I only watched it about half an hour ago before this stream. It's fine, but it's not as good as those, I don't think. It's just there. See, these ones, like the Mare ones, at least like introduce new characters or have a bit more to them. These really don't. I believe it's the first time you've seen Ned Flanders, but apart from like just being the neighbour with money, that's his sole role. He's not got anything to do with his religion or any character stuff whatsoever. That's it. So yeah. Telltale Head. A lot of people like this one. It's fine. It's just fine. Bart takes the head off Jebediah Springfield. It rallies up the whole town together. There's a nice message about taking heritage for granted. But it's crowbarred so last second into the episode, it doesn't resonate. It just sort of went, yeah.
I am too smart. I am too smart. Este Marchi.
If only. Hello, Becky. How you doing? Thank you for the smart. Meow and woof to you. Or do, should I say. I hope you're well. Right then. Life in the fast lane. Marge nearly has an affair with Homer. And she gets angry that he bought a bowling ball. So she goes bowling and meets Chuck. You like this one? I didn't really care for it. I'll be honest. I don't... It's pretty standard. Goes to have an affair, but doesn't go through with it. And it's just the status quo meeting up again. But you like it. Just for you, Adrian, I'll put it in the Mare tier. You finally got up. Oh, how is you? I'm good. I've got my Simpsons movie hat on. I've got my Homer Simpson tie on. I've got Mr. Burns in the background. Yeah, we're all good. We're all good. And I'm ranking Simpsons. In prep for this, I watched a lot of like the first couple of series of Simpsons to sort of remind myself. Yeah. Oh, that one's that. Is that Itchy and Scratchy versus Marge? No, that's Bart gets hit by a car, isn't it? Yeah, Bart gets hit by a car. This one introduces Dr. Nick Riviera. I'm only now noticing there's a lot of stuff to do with Mr. Burns and Smithers in the first series. Only doctors, yeah. I mean, even though I don't know my Simpsons well, I thought it would be a learning experience. Well, strap yourself in, book. I've also spied Mo in the background. You have. That is a metal poster. That's what's behind my lights normally. That's on my back wall, but you don't see it because the camera's pointing in the opposite direction. So I look at that every day when I'm streaming. At the bottom it says, Duff Beer, you don't buy it, you rent it. A good spot there. But it's a metal poster, so I can't like put it up anywhere. So it just sort of sits on top of my cabinet. It is pretty awesome. So, Bart gets hit by a car. Bart gets hit by a car. It's fine. Oh, Dr. Nick Riviera, the introduction to him is pretty good. And Lionel Hutz as well. Lionel Hutz is great, and it's a shame what happened to his actor. If you don't know what happened to his actor, Phil Hartman, look it up. It's pretty devastating. And that'll ruin your day if you don't know. It's a shame as well, because he was doing a PS1 game, like Captain Mascot thing, and that got canned because of what happened to him. It's a shame. So yeah, I'm going to put that in the Mare tier. It's okay. One fish, two fish, blowfish, dead fish. Homer nearly dies. It's pretty morbid. Oh, let's put that one. I kind of want to pull it low down because it starts with like they're just having an argument about what to have, and then Homer eats the blowfish and then dies, and then just like tries to spend his last day on Earth. It's wholesome, I guess, but then Homer just survives at the end of it. Like no real explanation. He's just still alive, and I think that's a bit of a cop out, to be honest. They just say, oh, it's a small percentage of chance he might die, and then it doesn't. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna put that there. I think that's what's really good in it. I think there's one good joke in it, and it's where he goes to the doctors, and he goes, "Oh, got 24 hours to live. Actually, 22 hours. Sorry to have kept you waiting." And they give him the pamphlet booklet that says, "So you're going to die." I think that's the best bit of it. Then it's just sad. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the Dota. The Way We Was is an episode which establishes how Marge and Homer get together. Yeah. If you watch the newer episodes of The Simpsons, that's been debunked many times. Like, every time they go back and like, tell the story of this, it's different every single time. There's a bit where Homer sings Space Cowboy badly. All the flashback ones contradict. They really do. I've just watched another one, like on season 15, and they're on about Homer's first kiss with some girl, and like all of Margie's friends are like people from Springfield. It's like, but they moved to Springfield later. It's established in like Lisa's first word. They move house. My McAfee protection has ended. Thanks, laptop. I don't even use that. Amazing. Yeah. It's there. Nothing. It seems to me like the definition of a filler episode, but I don't actively hate it. This one's just for like the ones I actively hate. Eat my shorts, which are fairly little until like season 14, even like 13 onwards. Pretty much from like from episode 300. Then there's like episodes I actually really don't like. That is the one. It's the episode title. This is why I have this list. This is the one where Lisa thinks she's gonna go to hell. Oh, it's season 2. It's the one with the steel cable because he's trying to get the thing. And I'll be honest, it's a bit preachy. Because Lisa's like getting all religious and going, "Thou shalt not steal." And it may be my least favourite episode, because I can't really think of anything that really stands out. And it's later, again, contradictory, because Lisa turns Buddhist much later on. There's again, first few series, a lot of character traits that just aren't there, or later completely retconned. Principal Charming, where Seymour Skinner falls in love with Selma or Patty. One of them. It's got a couple of Patty, isn't it? It's got a couple of good bits. I think I'm going to stick in the mayor one. I'm really struggling to think of anything remarkable about it. But on the plus side, I'm not thinking of anything like really terrible. And a bit found funny is what Bernie's name in the grass. I think it establishes like the rivalry between Bart and Skinner, I guess. So it's a bit of character building there. One for the other Bart. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think I'll just put that in the mayor tier. There's nothing like offensive about it. Wherefore art brother? Or brother, where art thou? Homer's brother Herb is voiced by Danny DeVito. Need I say more? That is going in the woohoo tier. It's got the Homer car. Yeah. I will not elaborate. Besides, I've got a lot of episodes to get through. What's that one? Is that the one where... I'm going to have to skip ahead a bit to see if it's the one I think it is. It's just a picture of my Santa's Little Helper. I think that one's in season 3. Santa's Little Helper. Is that the one where he needs dog training? Or is that the one where he's got a twisted stomach? No, that's the one where he needs dog training, isn't it? It's so hard to go from a single image. It's a choke chain and woman and a pig. It is, isn't it? Yeah, you're correct. You're correct.
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
Oh, it's cut off. Well, yes. Sorry about that, Becky. I don't know what that one cut off halfway through. Yeah, she can offer me a night egg in this trying time. A night egg is always welcome. Thank you. That the one where Mr. Burns gets him? No, that's the twisted stomach one, isn't it? You know what? I'm gonna have to rewatch this one because I generally can't remember much about it. But if I can't remember much about it, I can't put it in the great tier or the bad one. One that saw as a queen or Hermitage. Of the Assassins. Yeah. Yeah, I think that deserves to be in the mare tier. Right, this one. This is Grandpa Simpson, where he gets a girlfriend and she dies and leaves him a lot of money. It really did. I don't mind this one. There's a lot of bits where people come to him just for money, and it quite establishes a lot of Abe Simpson's character. Yeah, I quite like that one. I just think it's sweet in a nice way. Is this the one where people are coming up to him for money and Otto's there and he goes like, you know those guitars, but like double guitars? Actually, that might be Who Shot Mr. Burns Part 1. Either way, I think it's a nice episode. So I'm going to put that in the donuts tier. Alright. Marge the Artist. That's the one where she paints Mr. Burns naked. And it's got Ringo Starr in it. Yeah. It's alright. It's in a subversion of expectations. Expecting to make a nice photo of Mr. Burns. And even he says he doesn't hate this. So, if he doesn't hate it, and he hates everything, I can't put it any lower than that. Alright. Substitute, Lisa's Substitute. Now, if you look at any tiers list, a lot of people put this up as like one of the best Simpsons episodes, and like one of the most heartfelt ones. And you know what, here at Spanky Rambles, we feel the same way. That nice scene at the end. Who's he voiced by? It's on the tip of my... Is it Dustin Hoffman that voices him? It's Dustin Hoffman, right? Mr. Bergstrom, yeah. Yeah, the ending scene, if you've not seen it, it's pretty heartfelt. Yeah, we're going to put it on the woohoo pile. Bart gets an F, where he fails and is threatened with being left behind, and he really does try and still fails, and it's got an emotional ending because he's like, no, you don't understand, like, I really tried this time, when he still fails. Yeah, I think donuts tier for that one, unless there's any objections. Let's see. Right, this one. This is one where Homer and Marge go to like a sort of marriage counselling thing. And Homer's really selfish and tries to catch a big fish. I tell you what, I don't really like this. In fact, I'm probably going to put this one around here and eat my shorts. Because I know Homer's selfish, but it makes him like really selfish. And he's like obsessed with catching this fish. Which is just like a weird character trait. I don't know why it's never like established before that he's like really into fishing or anything. And that's like the season finale of season 2. It's just mean. for no real reason. And I can't really remember anything funny about it. But I know in the end he like lets the fish go as a sort of metaphor to stay with Marge, but yeah, it's not great. Lone Wolf, hello. Afternoon, buddy. Alright, 3 men in a comic book. In this one, the Milhouse, Martin, and Bart club together to get a rare edition of Radioactive Man, and they fall out over ownership. Got a couple of good bits. I think it really sets up like Milhouse as a character. I think. Ooh, dude. Yeah, I think that goes in the donuts tier. It's pretty good. Yeah, I like that one. What the hell is that one? I can't tell on that single image. What bloody one's that? I'll come back to that one because I genuinely can't think what that one is. Bart the Devil. Is that Bart the Daredevil? No, that's Bart the Daredevil. That one's definitely Bart the Daredevil. Alright, we're skipping ahead a bit, but since we got it clicked. Bart the Daredevil. Woohoo tier. Definitely woohoo tier. One reason. That fucking canyon scene. Where he flies over it, goes all the way down, goes into the ambulance, hits the truck like a foot away, and he goes straight down the cliff again. That was fucking hilarious. And that's woohoo tiered for that joke alone. If you watch the Simpsons movie, the climax of the film where Homer and Bart face off against the EPA officer, that takes place at Springfield Gorge, and there's an Easter egg. There's a tree there, and the crashed ambulance from that episode is still there. Go look it up. It's true. If you didn't know that, you're very welcome. I still don't know what that episode is. Simpson Delia. Homer gets hair, gets promoted at work, gets a new assistant. Is that Homer's heart up? I don't think so. These all seem to be like earlier ones at the minute. I think there is some kind of order to this. Yeah, I think this one's just meh. Nothing's really bad about it, but nothing's like overly funny either. Just a, well, definition of meh, really, isn't it? That's fine. Treehouse of Horror. The first Treehouse of Horror. Here's a little spoiler. All the Treehouse of Horror ones are going in the woohoo tier. I don't think anyone's going to argue with that. The Treehouse of Horror ones are fantastic because they give them free reign for creativity. They can make any story they want, can make it as wacky as they want, and it's perfectly fine. It works in context. Homer's cheating on Marge scene. Which one? What? Quoth the Raven? Yeah, that one's good. That's it's got the this first one's also got the Poltergeist parody in it, where the house decides it would rather destroy itself than live life at The Simpsons. Yes. What's that one? This is the one where Mr. Burns is trying to defend the power plant because Bart and Lisa find a three-eyed fish. Well, he gets his hair on promotion. So I'm cheating on Margie. I can't remember it. I need to rewatch it. I remember the title. I remember like the basic premise, but not really what happens in it. Yeah, I think this is another one for the meh tier. There's a bit where Marge cooks the fish at the end, and Mr. Burns has to eat it when he's giving like a public speech to prove that like power plant's safe. Ultimately, he loses. In the grand scheme of things, there's no consequences because, as you may know, power plant's still there, still running. Maybe they wrap it up. I just can't remember now. Homer the mascot. Homer becomes a mascot for a baseball team and they travel around. Not a lot really happens. He just destroys his mum for mayor. That sounds about right. Yeah, Homer the mascot. Nothing really much happens in it. The Simpsons would do a much better baseball one further down with Homer at the bat. Spoiler, that one's much better. Yeah, didn't really care for that one. Homer does a few funny dances that aren't all that funny, and that's about it. Right, this one. This is one, Dead Pudding Society, that's the name of it, which is a good name title for an episode, because it's a play on Dead Poet Society, but they play Crazy Golf instead. Yeah. Bart plays golf versus Rod Flanders, who's established to be good at it, but it's never brought up again. And it's just Bart trying to push... Sorry, Homer and Lisa trying to push Bart to be really good at mini golf. That's really it. Yeah, nothing stand out. Bart versus Thanksgiving. This is one where Bart runs away after destroying Lisa's presentation. What else happens? Yeah, he leaves home and then comes back after apologising. Meh. Oh, now we're talking. Oh, actually, there's a couple of good ones here coming up. Itchy and Scratchy versus Marge Simpson. Look, it's got loads of Itchy and Scratchy in it. And they take the piss out of Marge Simpson, turn into a squirrel, and beat her up. And then they have the infamous scene later on. Lemonade? Please. Which has been parodied quite a few times, even by themselves. Yeah, that's going to Yum Donuts tier, for sure. Flaming Moe's. Fuck yeah, Flaming Moe's. Flaming Moe's is a brilliant episode. It's got Aerosmith in it. Hells yeah. Woohoo tier, for sure. Ooh, bells. Alright. Oh. This one's the one where the Germans take over the power plant. And Homer has the interview. Talks about the Land of Chocolate. I'll just say Land of Chocolate and that goes in Woohoo tier. You'll see him, Mr. Burns. We aren't all smiles and sunshine. Yeah. Any objections? Do speak up if you think any of these placements are wrong. That one's where Maggie makes free, where it establishes how Homer got his job at the power plant and works at the bowling place for a little while. It's also the one where it shows him putting out his own... No, that's a different episode. Yeah, it's a bit of a wholesome one. I think Mert here. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, Bart gets trapped down the well. That's pretty good. They get Sting in this one. And we're sending our love down the well, all the way down. Yeah, I'm going to put that in Donuts tier. I like that one. At the start, he gets like a radio and he gets a label tag and puts his name on it. And he just shots the radio down the well and just pretends to be a little Timmy who's trapped down there. And the whole town rally together to save him. And then Bart realises the sticker's on the back of the tape that says it's property of his, so he goes to get it, falls down, and no one believes him. It's like the boy who cried wolf. It's alright. Got a few funny bits in it. I like the bit where they try and capitalise, rather than try and save Timmy, they just try and capitalise on it by making t-shirts. And Bart uses the radio. Yeah, it is. Wait, it's his birthday at the start and they think it's a shit gift, but then thinks it's pretty cool. What's that one? That is the one where Homer finds out that Lisa's really good at gambling because she can predict, or kind of predict what's going to come up. Yeah, I don't really like that one. Gambling's bad, okay. Yeah. Again, nothing really stands out, and I think the message is a bit meh. It's a bit forced at the end. As it boils down to Lisa knows how something was going to play out, and doesn't it turn out she's wrong? But doesn't tell her dad anyway, and he would have lost money. Something like that. Yeah. I need to rewatch some of the earlier Simpsons. Let's see now. Oh, this one is where Marge loses it and goes to Rancho Relaxo. Yeah, I quite like that one. How do we want Bart's twin comes down from the attic? We'll get to that one. We'll get to that one. That's Treehouse of Horror 3? No, 4, I think. Treehouse of Horror 4. Yeah, Marge goes to Rancho Relaxo, and Homer has to take care of the family. Hilarity ensues, because he's really bad at it. Yeah, it's got a couple of funny bits in. Yeah, I quite like that one. Let's see. Right. It's the one where... I keep saying the one where. Don't know why. Yeah, Mrs. Krabappel fills out several forms because he's trying to find someone to love. And Bart makes up a character called Rudwo and plays a prank on her where he pretends he's interested in her. And it's a bit mean on Bart's part. In fact, it's one of the worst things he's ever done. And he feels out for Krabappel, but it does have the line in there where Homer says, 3 magic words, I am gay. And that made me laugh. Funniest one for me where Marge becomes a cop. That's much later down the line. I'm not sure what series that is. I think that might be 6 or 7, that one. When they're making the counterfeit Levi's. I'm much better off with between Simpsons 4 and 8. I pretty much know all of them. Let's see. Is that one Homer at the back? That's Homer at the back. That's a lot better than Homer the Mascot. Homer at the back, that's the one where they get the Springfield Isotopes, the baseball team, make their own team. And all of Mr. Burns just shells out money and just gets all the actual baseball players, like Darryl Strawberry, and all the other ones I can't remember. But there's quite a few funny bits where all the baseball players can't make it to the last game for everything bad happens to them. Yeah, one of them just keeps rescuing things from a burning house. It starts with the baby, the cat, and she's like, "Oh, my grand piano," and she just keeps running in and out. One of them gets arrested. There's so many good lines in it. I thought I told you to shave those sideburns. He just shaves the side of his head completely. Yeah. Oh, the couch goes over there. That's the one. Giganticism. The guy who drinks a brain tonic. Homer's bat that he makes, and then it just gets completely cut in twain. And they throw a baseball at it. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones in there. What else? What else you got? Oh god, there's quite a few good ones in there. Who are you? You're Darryl Strawberry. Are you better than me? Well, I don't know you, but yes. As the music stops. Stopping playlist. I don't know. Yeah, that's a pretty good. Actually, you know what? I've quoted it so many times, it clearly goes in the woohoo tier, doesn't it? That's just a good one. Oh no, Mr. Burns dance. Remember that? Yeah. I tap my hat not once, but twice, but thrice. And so, yeah, it's a good episode. Let's go into woohoo tier. Right. Oh, Bart the Hall Monitor. This is the one where they do a role reversal, where Bart becomes a hall monitor for Principal Skinner. And Lisa's acting out, and then to cover for Bart says it's him that did I like stole all these books. It's okay. There's not much I can say about it. It's okay. Right, this is... I'm trying to think what episode that is. I'm not sure. Still not sure what that one episode is. Yeah. I'll have a think. If anyone knows, just shout it out, because I'm trying to go off a single still image. Alright, we'll cut to this one in Season 3. The Michael Jackson one. The one they pulled off the air. Because it's Michael Jackson playing a big white dude. Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. And Homer's meant to be insane. It's okay. Once you get rid of the fact that it's just like MJ, it's okay. There's nothing like massively funny or anything. It's fine. Lurleen Lumpkin. Homer has a falling out with Marge at the beginning of the episode. He goes off to a different county, starts drinking Fudd beer instead of Duff, and finds a country singer he really likes. And Marge don't like it. And she gets a record contract off the ground. I don't really care for this one. I think this is more personal, but I'm not a fan of country music. And there's a huge emphasis on it. And I distinctly remember at one point my dad, of all people, watching it and saying, "This episode's crap." But, yeah, it's not brilliant. I'm not going to put it in the Eat My Shorts tier, because the Fudd bit made me laugh. Yeah, not fun of country either. No. And that's like the whole episode. And then Lurleen Lumpkin just tries to hit on Homer. Obviously, he finds out, well, he knows that he wants to be with Marge. Yeah, it's pretty run-of-the-mill. It's kind of like Life in the Fast Lane, but reverse. Really. Right. It's the episode where Sideshow Bob marries Selma and tries to kill her. Sideshow Bob, man. It's not going to go in Woohoo tier, but it's certainly going to go in Donut tiers. That's the one where Homer becomes a manager for good. That's the one, yeah. Yeah, no. That's really it. Even though he's woefully unqualified. Yeah. He's just like whispering to himself when he's giving her a foot rub. He's like, yeah, soon I will kill you. What was that? Oh, nothing. And they're doing the home video and says, "Oh, now we're gonna make love," and he just looks disgusted. And this goes, "Yes, I suppose if we must." Got a couple of laughs at me. Oh, and Bart trying to explain to Homer how like a gas leak will work in an explosion, and he just like does a little montage of him trying to explain it several ways, like getting hand puppets out and everything. It's pretty funny. Yeah. The Otto Show. Oh no, the episode of this one. The Otto Show. This is one where Otto comes to stay with the Simpsons for a bit because he loses his job. Sponge! I'll show him as a sponge. I quite like that one. It's got a Newton Donuts tier. At the start of it, he starts playing Leonard Skinner on a guitar. Yeah, it's a pretty good episode. I mean, Otto's established before in a couple of episodes, but they fresh him out here a lot. Yeah, there's a couple of funny things that happen, like finding his hairs in the plug. All that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's pretty good. Milhouse's girlfriend. Oh, an awful lot happens in this one. Milhouse gets a girlfriend. Bart don't like it because he's spending all the time with his girlfriend and not him. That's really it. I don't even know if it deserves to go on Mare tier. I think it's more of a Dora episode myself. Feel free to disagree. Yeah, I'm trying to break down the episode as a whole, and if no jokes are like immediately jumping out at me, then yeah, it's not going to go any higher than Meh. I mean, all of these ones. I mean, quote these ones for days. Right. This is the second episode with Danny DeVito in, when he comes back to try and become a millionaire again. So it's got Danny DeVito in, so he's getting next to Danny DeVito again. Yeah, in the end, he makes the baby monitor and buys Homer Simpson a vibrating couch. Yeah, Danny DeVito. Woo. Need to watch those. They're alright. But they're still going next for Woohoo to Danny DeVito alone. Which one is that one? God, I wish I had like little video clips or something, like a little GIF to give me a bit more. Having to look at a single image ain't great, you know. Can't remember that one. I still can't place these yet. We'll get on there. We'll get there. We'll get there. To the Leftorium then. We'll just do it by process of elimination. When I run out of episodes, and I'll just go, yeah, it's got to be these. The Leftorium. It's pretty meh. This shows you that Ned Flanders runs his own store called the Leftorium. And it gets its grand opening, it fails, but Homer wanted him to fail. And then he feels bad about it. So he does a little turnaround at the end and starts promoting it. Ah, left-handed scissors, left-handed nunchucks. It's fine. Let's see. This is the one where Bart becomes a lackey for the mafia and gets a few laughs out of it. It's the one that introduces Fat Tony and the guys. It's fine. It's not like a scratch record. It's fine. It's okay. It's not too bad. This one. This is to do a Homer. So this one, Homer accidentally saves the power plant by pressing a button, and basically saves everyone by looking out, and becomes like a minor celebrity by saving the town, even though he didn't know what to do. And later on, the same thing arises, and everyone notices that he clearly doesn't know what he's doing. He's just trying to remember what he did last time. And then later on, it shows you in the dictionary that, like, to do a Homer phrase. It's like to succeed while being massively incompetent. Which is a good turn of phrase. But other than that, there's not much else. I do like that, though. Who starts copying? I think so. Again, I'm a bit rough on my earlier seasons. I'm trying to remember. So this episode is the one where Krusty meets up with his dad, and he tries to reconcile. Gives a bit of backstory to Krusty. Shows him as a kid, and then Lisa and Bart try and learn like Jewish traditions to try and get them both together, and ultimately it works. It's more about character development and less about the laughs. I don't remember that one being very funny at all, but the story is fine enough. Oh yeah, I think Matt here for that one. Treehouse of Horror 2. Treehouse of Horror 2 features Mr. Burns trying to stay alive, and as you can see, that's the very last scene where he stitches his head to Homer's to stay alive. It's also got the episode taking the mick out the Twilight Zone, where Bart can turn people into anything, including like a Jack-in-the-Box. And I just got a message which I'm not going to reply to yet. Jim Carrey was just watching this person 24/7, The Truman Show. This one came out before The Truman Show. The Truman Show was 96, I want to say. I think it was alright. Lisa's Pony. Lisa gets a pony. The family can't afford stuff. It's not that very good. Prodigy got called away and had to do some stuff for work. Oh no! Bad times, you may have to disagree with us. Which one did you get up to? Can you remember? We probably skipped some parts. Well, we've certainly done a few. We just got up to Lisa's pony. And yeah, it's not that great. They make some sacrifices to avoid a pony and everyone's annoyed with Lisa. And Lisa's quite selfish in it. And in the end, she just gives up the pony. But everyone's still out of pocket, but they kind of brush that away because it's a cartoon. Got it to Itchy and Scratchy for, oh bloody hell, we've done loads since then. If we talk about, if you're wondering what about this episode, chances are you missed it. Team Simpson, where they build a boxcar. Jones in Woohoo. Of course the Jones in Woohoo. It's funny as hell. There's an awful lot in the mare tier, but there will be for the first few series. Yeah, and Bart build a boxcar and Team Simpsons. That's really it. But there's nothing offensive in it. It's fine. Adrian, you're the expert. Do you know exactly which episodes these are? Because I can't quite picture them from memory. Lisa in a dress with a ripped up book. Bart with messed up hair. I thought that was the one where I thought that was the same one where Santa's little helper needs discipline, but clearly it's not, because that's got to be the other one. And this one, I'm not sure. Bart with sharing Santa's little helper with a twisted stomach. Is that definitely that one? Well, to make couscous, so he has to go to Barbara's college. That's it. Right, now I remember it. So yeah, Santa's little helper gets a twisted stomach. The family have to save money. There's a lot of family having to save money, like in Lisa's Pony, which is pretty much the same plot, but with a pony. But I tell you what, we're going to put that up in the mare tier, because dogs are better than horses. We know this to be fact. He's a good boy. So he's going to go in the mare tier. Again, apart from that, I don't think it's, to me, all that funny. Lisa's first word. Woohoo tier, for sure. Lisa's first word is great. I love that episode. Got your nose, got your wallet. It's the one where, I am so great, I am so great. Oh, there's so many quotable lines in this one. Bye bye, Keith. Here's a little fun fact about me. If you want to get me to cry, as a grown man, the last scene where Maggie says, Daddy, gets me every fucking time. Every time. Every time it gets me right here. Because both the kids call like Homer. So Maggie says Daddy off screen. It's heart-wrenching in a good way. Woohoo tier for sure. No question. Oh, Maggie, that and the ending where there's the pictures of Maggie. Well, do it for her. Yes. Yeah, that's the same episode. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely woohoo. In fact, that will go even higher if there was such a one exists. Alright. Oh, Homer's heart attack. He has heart surgery. Tell you what, that's going in the woohoo tier as well. This one. He gets discount heart surgery with Nick Riviera. He has a heart attack when talking to Mr. Burns. Oh, sent their ham to his widow. Oh, I think he's okay. Okay, cancel the ham. Yeah, that's such a good episode. Heart is connected to my wristwatch. Uh-oh. In the end, this is like the little theme tune. Lisa pictures where she writes the essay and goes to Washington to hear the... That's it. This is Lisa Goes to Washington. That's the one. You know what? I think I've only seen that episode a couple of times because I've never actually saw it till it was on DVD. I think it's pretty meh. You'll notice a lot of episodes that revolve around Lisa aren't all that great. I think it's just her character. I think a lot of people think this way. She's a bit preachy, which is her character, so fair. Because she's like more of this straight man or straight woman, I suppose. There's less laughs. They try to be like more serious. I'm more for Homer being an idiot. Let's see now. Monorail. Yes. Monorail goes in the woohoo tier, and there will be no arguments. Mono. Duh. Well, my work here is done. You didn't do anything, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, monorail. Monorail for sure. 1000%. Is that one Bart the Daredevil? That can't be Bart the Daredevil, because that's Bart the Daredevil. No, I don't know what that one is then. Because I thought that was like when they go to see the Daredevil in the hospital, but it's not. And I'm not sure. What was that one? Zooms in. I'm not sure what episode that is. I can't make it out. It's just a load of people. It's just the back of Lisa's head and Bart. I'll come back to that. Bigger brothers. Bigger brother one. So Homer gets a little brother because he's annoyed with Bart. And then Bart gets a bigger brother who's like really cool. I tell you what though, it is going for the it is going in the woohoo tier, because the fight that this guy and Homer have at the end is fantastic. It pisses all over. Like, you know in Family Guy how Peter Griffin fights the chicken. This fight and it pisses all over any of those. Homer Simpson, yes. The drunken gambler. That's right. And who might you be? And in the same short time, you got that bit. You got Homer getting a dirty blow where he goes, "Oh look, another underprivileged child." The bit where he says a load of starfish, puts them in a tank, and then just a shark comes along and eats them all. And even this character goes, "Stop!" And Homer's like trying to teach Bart how to fight at the end. Yeah, that's really good. Oh, and finally the fight ends with Homer going backwards over a fire hydrant. He's like completely bent over. He's like, this hurts more than it looks. Yeah, for that whole section alone, woohoo, for sure. Wear that one out. I choose you. Alright, let's go over to woohoo tier, without fail. Love you. I choose you. Let's be friends. I'm just going to rattle off a few lines. And of course the infamous memes. Watch this, Lise. You can pinpoint the second where his heart breaks in half. Love you. Is that the one where Mr. Billion needs blood? Probably. Yeah, I think you might be right. I can't think what else it'll be. That's the one where you get the giant statue at the end. And Homer tries to send him a letter that tells him he's a crusty old man. It's only okay if I remember. They get the head of Quetzalcoatl in the basement, which, as far as I'm aware, I think even the new series, it's still there in the background. So, best sign is my name is Mr. Burns. Yes, it is, isn't it? I just bumped it up a tier. I remember laughing at that so hard. Hello, my name is Mr. Burns. I believe you have a letter for me. Okay, Mr. Burns, what's your first name? I don't know. Well, that didn't work. Let alone, let's just bumped it up a tier. Thank you for reminding. That's why you have your hair arrangements, friend. You should be doing this. Alright. Oh. Not just a pretty face. Correct. Much more than that. Right, this is the episode where Homer has to give up beer after visiting the Duff beer plant and has to go without beer for like a month. Yeah, I quite like that one. When I was 17, I had some very good beer. I had some very good beer I bought with a fake ID. My name was Brian Miggy. I stayed up listening to Queen when I was 17. How do I know that off heart? Yeah. The trip to the Duff plant's funny as well. It's okay, we have Duff here. And Diet Duff. And we've got many exciting new plans for the future. Like what? Alright, you got us. We have no plans for the future whatsoever. Oh. Happy? No. No, it's all in the same way. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's a really good one. I don't think it's going to go quite in Woohoo tier because it's not as funny as these, but it's pretty up there. Alright. You may hate me for this one, but I never really liked this episode all that much. But I'll tell you this, because this will ring out line with you. I'm going to say one word, and chat, I want you universally to say the line that precedes the one I'm about to say. If I had to say the line to you, dental plan! Have at it. I did the quiet part loud. Listen, these braces. Dental plan! This could go on back and forth forever. Who's coming at it ready? Yeah, I think overall the episode's fine. I don't particularly like the bit that's actually in the screenshot where she's singing. Yeah, it's okay. That line's iconic. Apart from that. This is the clip show one. Right. This is a weird one because it is just a clip show. I'm actually going to pull it down because I'll tell you what, I'm not a fan of clip shows because it's just seen some other bits. I do like the bit where Homer's on the couch and that bit there is like the roof blowing off from like the beer that Bart shook in an industrial shake, like paint can shaker. And the roof blows off and then it cuts to like Chief Wiggum. It's like, Chief, there's an explosion coming from the old Simpsons place. It's like, there's beer coming out the roof. Well, let's get going. April Fool. Yeah, that bit's good. But the rest of it is just a clip show. So that bit's really good. But that's like the only fresh content. And I don't think that's enough to like whack it up to like a full episode. So yeah, I'm going to pull it there. As good as that bit is. Itchy and Scratchy the movie. I quite like Itchy and Scratchy the movie. I think it's going to go in that one. In that tier. But we're going to put it in Donuts. That's not Itchy and Scratchy the movie, is it? That's the one where Bart and Lisa write an episode. Is that the one with the creator? I can't remember which one that is now. We haven't had Itchy and Scratchy in a movie yet. I'm just looking ahead to see if it's there, because they're all in like random order. The one with... Yeah, it has to be, because it's not there. It has to be that one. And they give credit to Abe. There's this one, and that's to you. That's the one, yeah. Which one where Bart becomes head of the Supreme Court? Is that a later series? I haven't seen that one yet. No, it's there. It's there. Well, while I'm thinking about that one. Yeah, it's a different one. That's the one, yeah. This one's called Itchy and Scratchy in a movie. This is the one where he's forbidden to see it. So that was a completely different episode. In this one, Bart and Lisa have to write an episode of it. and they give credit to Abe because they need a grown-up's name on it. But it's still pretty funny. I mean, any Itchy and Scratchy is good Itchy and Scratchy. And this one's pretty good as well. Itchy and Scratchy in a movie. Movie contains like 20% new content. So pay me $800 to tell a cat and mouse what to do. That's correct. Yes. Yeah, let's go to Donuts thing. And I'll tell you what, Itchy and Scratchy in the movie are as well. A scene where Itchy's plans to become an engineer just so he can run over Scratchy in the train. Right. Alright, Camp Krusty. Pretty good. Not quite woohoo tier, but still pretty good. And here's your camp counselor, Mr. Black. Oh, well, I really want you to look up to Mr. Black. Gentlemen, to evil. He's thrown out parcels. He's like, my insulin. Yeah. Oh, it has to be vagina by noon tomorrow. Yeah, the whole thing's just like it's like a slave camp. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I don't know if it's quite woohoo tier, but it's still pretty good. What does Bart say? Yeah, Bart, I am too crumbled a clown, or whatever the line is. Yeah. Oh, Whacking Day. Whacking Day's a weird one. Barry White's in it, which is all nice, but Whacking Day's a weird one because everyone comes across as like, really like xenophobic. For the most part, I'm not sure if I like that all that much. I would say let your head move back and forth like a well piece of asparagus. Not sure about Whacking Day. I don't think it's all that good, and the message in it ain't great. Everyone comes across like quite unlikable. Because they just want to beat up snakes. And I like snakes. Snakes are good. It's okay, but it's not great, yeah. I don't think it's quite good for mare tier either. The Barry White bit at the end is alright. Putting the bass things on the ground. Yeah. Right. Marge on the Lam. Marge gets arrested and put in prison for accidentally shoplifting a bottle of whiskey. Oh, Bart gets it spelled. Marge homeschools. It is, isn't it? Alright, we'll bump it up one more tier then. One more tier. It's all coming back to me. Like, because every episode's got like an A plot and the B plot. And sometimes it feels interchangeable. It's like, I remember the B plot in this one, but was it part of this episode or this episode? I'm sure some of you feel the same way. Where was I? Yeah, this one. Yeah. Marge gets arrested, goes to women's prison. They have the scene where the woman's got the Mad magazine folding on her back. What me worry. That's alright. Yeah, it's pretty middle of the road though. Bit where Marge jumps Homer's bones in a caravan when he comes to stay over. It's okay. I still don't know what episode that is. Gabbo! The Great Gabbo! Those little SOBs. That's where it's the Krusty Comeback one. Where he has to do a big show at the end with like Luke Perry. Best his cotton socks. You get Bette Midler in at the end. I'll get you, Bette Midler. Yeah, that's pretty good. Again, not quite a woohoo tier, but it's got quite a few good lines in it. Yeah, that one's fine. A Streetcar Named Marge. It's funny how I know some stills straight away. Stella! Homer does a streetcar named Desire. And Homer doesn't care for it. And they just sort of have a falling out. It's not all that funny though. There is the bit where Is that the one where Homer doesn't make it because he's got both of his arms in the candy machines? That's a streetcar named Marge, right? Homer, you're just holding on to the cans. I think that's pretty good. I think that's it, though. That's like the only funny bit in it I really remember. That's the one where she goes out with Ruth instead. It is, isn't it? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. There's so many points where Homer lets Marge down over the entire course of the series, it's hard to keep track. Alright, well that's not from that episode, so let's actually drop that down another peg. So I thought he couldn't make one of her recitals because he's doing that. Homer the Heretic. Homer the Heretic's great. So in that one, Homer decides not to go to church and become a sinner. And yeah, it's got quite a few quotable lines in it. He's like, oh, I'm smuggling like a marshmallow. I never want to get out of this bed. Oh wait, I have to pee. Oh, I better get up. There's a lot of stills from this episode that I've been using memes. Like that one. The bit where he's doing is it Risky Business? Ferris Bueller's Days Off. Like there's parodies of that in it. And this bit here, where at the end of the episode he like burns the house down. And Flanders goes in to save him. He puts a mattress on the floor. And there's like a window behind it for like the front room. And throws him out the top window. He falls down onto it. And bounces off the mattress backwards straight back into the house again. Sorry, that was fucking funny. That joke alone whacks it up. I laughed so hard when that happened. Why? Oh. It's the patented moon waffles as well. And then it shows you them having a really bad time at church. Like the heating's gone off, they get barricaded indoors. And right at the very end, Homer has a vision of God and he goes, alright, Homer, the secret to life is... And it just cuts off. Yeah, pretty good that one. I like that one. Right then. Lisa the Pageant Queen. Where Lisa becomes like the queen of the pageant. It's got the girl with the fake eyelashes in it, which becomes a spokesperson for Laramie cigarettes and doesn't like it. God, is the only character in The Simpsons to have 5 fingers? Correct. Cold hard facts here. Coming straight from Adrian. Alright. I'm not sure if it's quite worthy of the donuts here, so I think I'm going to put this one in meh. Stand up bits are like Smoking Joe Camel says he's going to be tired and you can see him like hocking up. This bit here, which is in the picture, where Krusty gets struck by lightning. Whoop, here you go. And takes it back. Does it like a couple of times and then it's like God strikes him down with lightning. It's like, here you go. That's alright. Oh, it's got the line where at the end where they're finding reasons to stop Lisa being like the queen of the pageant because his power's gone to her head, and they find a piece of paper where it was like, got it. And the reason why is because in the application form, when Homer was writing it out, in that box that says "Do not write anything in this box," Homer wrote "Okay." That's a good line. Treehouse of Horror 3. One of my full-time favourite episodes. King Homer there. You've got the evil Krusty the Doll and Dial Zeb the Zombie. They're all great. And in between you've got the bits where... Hello, really angry hedgehog. Thank you for the bits. Alright. This episode, Marge gets a job at the nuclear power plant, and Mr. Burns takes a shine to her. Homer doesn't like it. It's okay. Not a great deal going on, officer. It's fine. Nothing's really stand out about it. Bart's girlfriend, Right, I like this one for one reason. It's the payoff at the end. So, if you know The Simpsons, there's a running joke where Mo has prank phone calls from Bart. And this one, Bart uses it in order to get Mo to fight off one of the bullies that comes to Bart's house. And it's like a running joke that actually has some payoff. I think just for that, it goes up a tier. Otherwise, the episode's fine. Well, I learned what a wet willy was. Call Mr. Plow, that's my name. That name again is going in the woohoo pile. Because it's Mr. Plow. And that's a great. Fucking love that one. It's one of my dad's favourite episodes. Mr. Plow. There's loads of good lines. Just trust me when I say Mr. Plow is a fantastic episode. I bet you can quote a load of it just now. Marge the Gambler. Find out Marge has got a gambling addiction. She sure does. It's the one where Mr. Burns gets germophobia and takes the piss out the I can't remember the guy's name. The aviator. This is a spruce moose. Hop in. So it's just a model. I said hop in. That's the best bit of the episode. The rest is all about Marge's gambling addiction. Yeah, it's fine. Alright. The Mad Abe. The treasure's buried under the big T. That's the cat burglar one. The Springfield cat burglar. Where it's basically just a parody of It's a Mad World. And that's a good film if you've not seen it. In fact, if you know the film Mad Rat Race and like that one, that is a sort of spiritual successor to Mad World. It's kind of like a remake. That feels mental if you've not seen it. It's dated because it's old, but goddamn, it's still a funny film. There's a lot of practical stunts in it, and it's well worth a watch. Yeah, better get it with it. Oh, think before you speak. Yeah, I like that one. That's pretty good. I don't know about Woohoo tier, but yeah, there's a lot of quotable lines in it. I noticed he was wearing sneakers for sneaking. He's calling up the wall and he's like, I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but there was something strange about the way he walked. Alright. Oh, the I didn't do it, boy. Bart gets like 15 minutes of fame. The I didn't do it dancers. Yeah, that's pretty good. So Bart becomes a an extra for Krusty the Clown, then accidentally screws up and says I didn't do it, and then it launches him to stardom. But at the beginning of the episode, it's also got the box factory. Oh, we don't actually finish the boxes here. They're sent down to another planet further down the road. My boy's a box. Yeah, actually. Just remembered more about the box factory, and I think that's just bumped it up to Woohoo tier. Here's a line. Follow it. It will lead you directly around my desk and around my office. At the fireworks, candy, and puppy dog store. Victory? It's like, no. Oh, Seymour, not the box factory again. Yeah, really good. Woohoo tier. Oh, I can't remember the name of this episode. This is the one where James Woods takes over the Quickie Mart because Apu gets fired. Who needs the Quickie Mart? Now here's the tricky part. Oh, won't you sing with me? Yeah, and then him and Homer go on a quest to see like the very first Quickie Mart owner. Are you really the head of the... You may ask me 3 questions. Are you really head of the Quickie Mart? Yes. Really? Yeah. Really? Yes. I hope this has been enlightening for you. Yeah, that's pretty good. The whole James Woods bit in the say what you think about James Woods. I know he's a bit of a controversial character, but honestly, his bit in there was good. It's like, did I really feel like a Quickie Mart employee? He threatens Jimbo. You pause. Why have you paused? Stop pausing. Bloody music. That's twice it's done that. Honestly. Oh wow, we're getting through these, aren't we? I'm me. Don't mess me around, punk. Alright. Lisa versus Malibu Stacy. With Lisa Lionheart. Yeah, it's going in Donuts tier. For one line. Actually, 2 lines. But she's got a new hat. As you may know, I've quoted that many, many times on this channel. Many, many times. Overall, the episode's fine, but it's got some great lines in it. So there's that. There's a bit was like, oh, there's something wrong with my idol says. She pulls the string. It's like my spider senses are tingling. It's got a couple of yeah. That's some Donuts tier, I feel. Where Bart is given the rude names to the doll. Oh, yeah, of which I can't remember any off the top of my head. Homer the astronaut. I for one welcome our insect overlords. Woohoo tier. But a sober up Barney as well, and he's become like super like intelligent and really fit. And then he has like one sip of non-alcoholic beer and just goes off the road. I'll show you an inanimate carbon rod. I'll show you inanimate. Oh no, they're ruffles. There's so many good lines in this bit. Oh, of course. Oh no, I'm thinking of a different episode. I'm thinking of one with Secrets. Where they take the submarine. I was about to say, my Homer is not a communist. He may be a scoundrel, a liar, a communist, but he is not a porn star. That's the wrong episode. It's still great though. Homerless Flanders. It's pretty good. Homer really likes Flanders because he gets him tickets to a baseball game. And there's a great bit where he's chasing after Flanders with 2 golf clubs, and it's just when it's just ripping off the scene from Terminator 2. And the hedge scene in Chase's car. Yeah, again, good bits, but overall the episode's only okay. But those 2 bits are well worth it. The hedge scene, you all know, you've all seen that gif where he backs into it. That's where that's from. Homerless Flanders. Nacho man. Stampy the Elephant. It's my favourite episode of The Simpsons. And goes there. Rightly so. No, you go over there. Move. Thank you. Woohoo! Yeah, if you've been on this channel for any length of time, you've probably mentioned me say why I like this episode again. And I'm not going to elaborate because I've said it before. No, Stampy, every line is an absolute banger. It's the funniest episode. Like, literally, like, pretty much every single line in it. It's so fucking funny. It's just joke after joke after joke after joke, and they all hit. Every single one lands. It's fantastic. Ah, yes. Give me Stampy the Elephant any day. That overall, if that followed by Treehouse of Horror 3, my 2 favourites. If I had to pick just for myself, those 2 are my absolute favourites. What the hell? Honestly, you can't go wrong with any of these. That's why we're doing it. In fact, there's only one episode in Eat My Shorts so far. We haven't seen it's correct. It's a Treehouse of Horror one. Now, this... Oh, I can't remember the name of the episode. This is the one where it Burns' hair. Where Bart becomes the heir to Mr. Burns. He gets quite a lot of money. Cozy Crunch! 50% complete on the community challenge! Woo! Go you! Oh, thank you very much. Actually, no. Boo. Boo. Boo to that. Thank you very much. Right, yeah. Ooh, we can't be good. It's Kearns, stupid. Yeah, no, that's not going in there. I'll just put it down for a second. And he gets hunched over. Soon you'll develop a mighty hump. Yeah, I think I might put it up there. And he makes him fall through the trapdoor at the end. Yeah, it's pretty good. I really like that one. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Agent's Revenge. Oh, putting it to 53%. Good lord. Oh, man. And then before you know it. Stream will be over before you know it as well. Right. This episode. So, Principal Skinner loses his job because Bart brings Santa's little helper into work. And he goes back to the military, and he hates it. And it's woohoo to him. Because, yeah, Adrian says the episode is gold. It really, really is. I'm going to skip these guys. I actually don't like these tracks. No, not me. Oh, it's the whole thing, isn't it? So it's slightly a diversion. I really don't like the music to Katamari Democracy, and I find it massively distracting. So I've got a war instead. Release me up, woman. Okie dokie. That make way for Willie. Wildress bloke bag or whatever he calls him. Yeah. It's a bit where it's like, oh, there's a boy on the range where they're firing rockets, so they quickly point it away, and then it cuts to the quickie mart. It goes, oh, Sanjay, finally we've got the petrol pumps installed. You just hear. And then it cuts back to Principal Skinner and Bart just walking along, and then you just see this cade just land, like this giant metal cade just land in the road just behind them. They pull no attention to it, it's just there in the background. It's just, clearly it's just blew up the quickie. That bit's fucking hilarious and really dark as well. Martin in his cage. Oh yeah, because Ned Flanders becomes the principal. A prayer at a public school. God has no place within these walls. Yes, that's definitely woohoo here. And Silhouette Night. Yeah, that's gold. That actually might. If I was ranking these episodes in my order, I think I would actually put that there. It's that good. Right then. The B Sharps. Number 8. Burp. Number 8. Burp. Number 8. Burp. Actually, it's really good. I don't know if it's quite woohoo tier, but it's up there. Let's put it at the top of donuts. Number 8 on the printer list at work. Are you? Yeah, so it's a flashback episode, which is completely contradictory to how everything else works, as all the flashback ones are. But Homer, Apu, Seymour Skinner, and Police Chief Wiggum form a barbershop quartet, and the whole thing's just a parody of like the Beatles' rise to fame. Oh wow, an award statue! Oh, it's a Grammy. I don't think that was too bad an impression. Oh, was it Bart the Witness or Bart After? Is it Bart After Dark? Eventually, Chowder. Bart skips schools and witness a Wheater being brutally beaten by Mayor Quimby's son, allegedly. Now you can read my thoughts, boy. Meow, meow, meow. Yeah. Again, it's another episode where there's just so many good lads. Oh my god! Somebody's taken a bite out of that giant Rice Krispie square! Oh, and the waiter's been brutally beaten. That's a free Willy. It has got the free Willy quote. Oh, Willy crushed our boy! Ew, what a mess. Never! I am not that clumsy! And then falls out the window into a truck of mouse traps. Woohoo Tiff. Definitely would. So many good lines in that. Oh, in fact. So you get into like series now, like series like 4 and 5, the episodes get so much better. I've noticed more and more going in a woohoo tier. Right. Oh, right. So, this episode, Abe Simpson, Homer's dad, and Marge's mum fall in love. And then they do have a rival with Mr. Burns. The whole thing, like Mrs. Bouvier, the whole thing is a parody of The Graduate. I'm not going to put it in Donuts here because it's fun. There's two bits where Abe Simpson does an impression, and then the lawyers just coming and says, "You were paperwork from Charlie Chaplin's. I represent Charlie Chaplin's mistake. This is a cease and desist." You know. Speech you like a mule eating on an apple. Hello, Grandpa, my old friend. Yeah, it's definitely Donuts here. Alright. So, this episode, Homer and Marge have a falling out. Shocking, I know. And it's the one where Homer does a class, like Secrets to a Successful Marriage, and he gets one day ends up dirty as a Frenchman. Yeah, not quite woo-hoo here, but Donuts. It's got a couple of really good cutaway laughs. Just eat the damn orange, and say some flyboy comes up to you, giving you the 411. This is how you do it. You give him one of these. Eat the pudding, 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 eat the pudding. No. Again, I don't think the overall story is all that great. It's more the random cutaway jokes that are funnier. The secret of eating an orange is like a successful marriage. Just eat the damn orange. Yuto. Oh, the Cape Fear rip-off. Easy. Don't even have to think about that. It's instant woohoo here. Yep. I mean, it's just great. If you know of Cape Fear, you've seen it. I'd never seen Cape Fear until like years after I'd seen this Simpsons episode. I was watching it and I realised I've seen this. This is that fucking Simpsons episode. Hello, Mr. Thompson. I think he's talking to you. Yeah. Instant woohoo one. Oh, he's trying to calm me on. Bob, do you want to see my new chainsaw hockey mask? And the look on his face where his pupils are fried. Yeah. What kind of guy just lay on the street and then the parade of elephants comes? This is like, you get squished by all of them. Again, it's not far off how the film is. Yeah. Fucking brilliant episode. Okay, what else we got? Oh, Homer goes to college. Nerds! Another woohoo tier one. Easy. No, they say knee. They reference Monty Python. Oh, so much porn. They steal the pig as well later from the dean. Yeah. Got it straight. Marge, these are the most intellectual people around. This is Simpson. We all have nosebleeds. Yeah, definitely going in. Bobo the bear. Mr. Burns loses his bear, Bobo, and Maggie has it. I mean, it's going to go on the Donuts tier. I was given the idea of putting it in the Mayor tier because I'll tell you why. I've seen this episode so many times. I swear this episode was on repeat. Like every time I put Sky One on, I swear it was this episode on. So I've seen it so many times. And I think it started to grate me down a bit. But that was many, many years ago. And I think enough time has passed to say I've got past that bit. Otherwise, earlier on, I may have put it down here. But yeah, if you know a better way to get ice, I'd like to hear it. That line alone is pretty good. You gotta start charging more than $1 a bag. Oh, there's 3 people out there. Yeah, it's fine. Got a nice little tender moment between Maggie and Mr. Burns. That's before she shoots him, by the way. Oh, spoilers for season 7. It's Treehouse of Horror 4. As we all know, Treehouse of Horror goes straight in. I'm smarter than the devil. I'm smarter than the devil. You are not smarter than me. Where Franders is the devil. It's always the person you least expect. It's so sweet and delicious. Yeah. Is that the one with the monkeys? I'm trying to think. Is that the one with the monkey's paw as well? Well, I've got to get these aliens off. Watch out! He's got a board with a nail in it. That's the one. Yeah. At the end of the episode, the end of the first segment. Homer has this forbidden donut because he said he'd sell his soul for a donut. And then they go to court, and then it turns out that Marge has got custody of his soul. He's not the property of the devil. But as revenge, the devil just turns Homer's head into a giant donut. Yeah. Yeah. Woohoo. It's the one with the painting, so it's just the ghoul bus and the vampire. That's the one! Super fun, happy slide! Right, take this, you foul fiend! He's trying to knock in his heart. Dad, that's his crotch. Yes, you're correct. You're correct. And the ghoul bus, which is a that's that Twilight Zone one. It's got gremlins, so it's the original film, like short film or episode, is like set on a plane. It's like a gremlin taking the wings off, and no one believes it there. So the ghoul bus one is a parody of that, but on the school bus. Hi. And then he cuts off Seymour's head right at the end. That's a really dark ending, to be honest, because it just comes out of nowhere. Yeah, it's pretty good. Just remembered the line. Oh no, there's a gremlin at the side of the bus. Oh, don't worry, little Bart, dude, I'll deal with him. Oh no, now what you look like? Oh, that's where you get. That's where his car pulls up just before the tree. He goes. It has a sigh of relief, and then his car just explodes. Anyway, just explodes. Alright, Marge on the Lam. This is the episode I thought I was thinking of earlier, with a streetcar named Marge. Where Homer does get his hands stuck in the vending machines. And then it goes on to the Thelma and Louise parody. There's a scene where they lose them in a car chase, where Bart and Homer and Chief Wiggum are in a car. And he just disappears just because they turn the headlights off. It's a ghost car. Hold me. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think overall it's just middle of the road though. It's not like it's nowhere near as good as these. It's fine. It does have "Welcome to the Jungle" in it. I love how I'm thinking of the quotes you're thinking. We just know we're on the same wavelength. Oh, Do What You Feel Festival. Do I have to quote it? I swear, like the last 4 streams I've quoted this episode. They're going to the old mill. No, we're not. They're very slowly getting away. That's this episode. Yeah, just for that little exchange. Donuts tier. I do what I feel. Yeah, it's Are you a human being? Or I'm a human going. Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty good episode. I believe it's a series. One of the series premieres. So Bart joins the Scouts after getting a sugar rush with Milhouse. He's joined the Little Scouts, and the Homer becomes a Scout leader. And yeah, the whole episode ends with them on a raft, with Homer thinking about the sugar. And his nose saves them because he manages to smell a Krusty Burger on an oil rig. And just before they open the doors, it's like, oh, I told you it's a bad idea to open up a Krusty Burger on an oil rig. And Homer just boots down the doors. Like, I'll take 10,000 Krusty Burgers. Secrets is take tiny bites. He just keeps nibbling everything. Yeah, good. It's a good episode. No, it's putting in donuts. I thought about meh at first, but the more I think about it, there's more good bits in it. So yeah. Oh, that's going there. The episode where Homer loves Mindy. Yeah. Fuck, I'm only going to use this bed for eating, sleeping, and maybe building a little fort. That's it. Yeah, that goes in just for that line. You know what's going to happen? We're going to have sex. Oh, we don't have to if we don't want to. Yes, we do. May have figured out the last still. Which one's that? Well, I'm going to go through the episodes and we're going to find out because I'm not. I really can't work that one out. That doesn't give me enough to go on. But yeah, Homer's MIDI. Bang. Top tier. So. Why are you having to reload? You've been there the entire time. Right. Which episode have we not had? We're going to work this out. Had all them. Yeah, we've done all those. Had Duff Garden. It must be. Yeah, it has to be. We've not done that one. Let's double checking to make sure we haven't missed anything. Yeah, it's got to be, hasn't it? Yeah, we've had all those. Oh, that's the last one. I thought this would take me over 2 hours. Apparently not. Yeah, I'm doing my research. Well, I might take a look at these and change my mind on some of them. There still is a trip to the funeral. Oh yeah, Marge's auntie, isn't it? Yeah, season 4 is right. It gets really good. Oh God, I forgot about the bit with the finger puppets in the Homer's triple bypass. So, Mr. Ventricle, but Daddy, you're trying to tell us you're having a triple bypass? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it has to be that one. So much choice. Yeah, it has to be. Has to be that one. I am the Lizard Queen. And the one where Homer's got the massive sandwich. Marge, I'd like to be alone with the sandwich for a little while. Are you going to read it? Yes. Yeah. Oh, great. Dad's dead. Yeah. Yeah, Donuts. That's not the car trip. That's them on the ride. Yeah, it's... Because it's a darker image, I wasn't quite sure what the hell it was. And it is, isn't it? And then Lisa drinks the water. It's a tiny weld ride, isn't it? I wonder what the hell it was, but no, that's what it is. Yeah. It's a bit with Homer and the sandwich bumps it up to 80. That's it. That's every episode. Oh, shut the music up. Alright, quiet you. So out of the first 5 series, there's only one episode I actively dislike. And that's that one. From season 2. Which is the worst one. A couple of dull ones because they don't really do much. It's like the basic plot's there. That's only really there because it's a clip show. Just for the little bit, the little bit is originally is gold, but it's only like a minute, and then the rest of it is just repeats of older episodes. So that's got to go there. None of these really do much. There's a bit of character building, some introductions, but overall they're not that funny. That one is actually the one where Lisa's really preachy, is nearly in Eat My Shorts. I really don't like it. How she talks to people in that one. And it's like quite religious, which is a bit odd for The Simpsons. Because normally they take the mick half the time. And it's just like a weird character trait for her to have. For someone who's meant to be like really smart, she like really talks down to everyone. Yes, yeah. Are there anyone here you disagree with, folks? Any ones that you think, no, that should be higher up, or that's too high? Because I'm guessing a lot of you would just put everything in Woohoo, which honestly is quite hard to do. But if we're going to rank it, we're going to rank it properly, haven't we? And again, these aren't like in the grand scheme of things. This is just within the context of Simpsons. So they're only competing with themselves. We're not competing with other shows. They're not going to say, "Oh yeah, that's crap because Futurama did it perfect." It's not that. Just in the universe of the Simpsons, it's just really odd. Yeah. As I say, my favorite episode is Stampy the Elephant, Treehouse of Horror. Well, my principal Skinner gets fired. I really like the little brother thing just for the fight at the end. Bart After Dark's fantastic. Homer's triple bypass. Both the ones with Danny DeVito in. Come on, Danny DeVito. Mr. Bergstrom, Bart the Daredevil, just for the canyon bit. Treehouse of Horror 1, because all of them are ones. He calls him Pepsi. Learn, son. The word is learned. I was thinking of a bit of Lisa the Vegetarian, but no, it's not. That's not that bit. I was thinking of a bit where they go, "Oh, I'm going to Bovine University," but that's. I thought that might have been it. There's a bit where he goes on about steak, but I can't remember where it is. Oh, the bit where he's giving him, he's on his shoulder. It's like, "Son, your life's gonna get better from now on," and he bangs his head like immediately. Yeah, that's a really good one. See, I fall in love with Lisa is great. Monorail. Lisa's first word. Treehouse Horror 2. Softball 1. Germans. Nerds. The other Treehouse of Horror. Homer Loves Mindy. Homer the Heretic. Mr. Plow. Bart Gets Famous. Homer the Astronaut. Burns Air. Cape Fear. Oh man. Flaming Moe's. All top tier. All the best of the best. You've been gallivanting around with that bigger brothers of yours, haven't you? Haven't you? Yeah, we've got Donuts. We've got B Sharps because he gets busted. Bart the Genius. The one where I have therapy. Bart the General. I think the softball one's my top. I didn't think I've ranked that one so high until I've gone through it and just realised how many quotes are in it. I think sometimes you can forget that until you really analyse it. Because maybe with Simpsons, I just like binge it, and they all sort of roll together. But when you actually sit down and think, "Oh no, that line's from that episode," that's also from that one. Yeah, there's that ranks way higher than I thought. I thought at first it would be like mid tier, and it's like, no, that's a great line. That's a great line. That's a great line. That bit's great as well. Yeah, it's really good. So yeah, Marge the Artist, good. Bart Gets an F. If you've ever seen like the old Nostalgia Critic, who did like the top Simpsons episodes, Bart gave an F like the number one spot, like the best episode. I'm not sure about that. In fact, I'm definitely not sure about it because it's not even in Woohoo. Female in the comic book, Itchy and Scratchy versus Marge Simpson. Bart the guys as well. Bart goes down the well. Marge goes nuts. Those aren't the name of the episodes, but that's what happens. Sergeant Bob trying to kill Selma. The Otto Show. Blood Feud. Itchy and Scratchy the movie. It's pretty good. Duffless. Itchy and Scratchy the movie. No, that was not. That one's not called Itchy and Scratchy. That one's Itchy and Scratchy the movie. The premises are quite similar. Sponge. Show you as a sponge. Camp Krusty. Krusty gets cancelled. Bart's girlfriend. I can't remember the name of that episode. I know it's the name of the Mad World parody. Pooh gets fired. Malibu Stacy. My chair falling down. Yeah. Grandpa System Love Rival. The Graduate ripoff. The Wedding Troubles one, Bobo the Bear, I Do What I Feel, Bot the Scout, and yeah, Duffland. I suppose she gets Jub Jub at the end, isn't it? Yeah, Lizard. Yeah. All good stuff. All good stuff. Yeah, middling tiers. The more I look at it, the more I think I should whack that on down a peg. Because that one's really not that good. I think I've only put that in the meh tier because it's one of the first ones we did. It was literally the first one. I didn't know where to put it. But I think in retrospect, looking at everything else, that one needs to be popped down one. So yeah, we're going to do that. Now everything's in front of me rather than doing one at a time. You can sort of weigh it up between what else is in the tiers, can't you? Anything else in here should either go up one or down one. No, I think I'm pretty happy with how everything there is. Same with Doe. Don't think any of these deserve to go up. Nothing deserves to go down. So yeah, there's actually one episode that's just not that great. I'm sorry, Simpsons, but that one's just not that good. I'm sorry. I can't think of a single line or joke from it that's funny. I just remember Homer being really, really selfish. It's more akin to how he is in like some of the newer seasons, where he just gets an idea in his head and he just like screws everyone over trying to do it, and it's just really weird for his character because he's never been established as like that. In fact, up until then, Homer's like really not that dumb. He's really like looking out more for his family and thinks his family's an embarrassment. If you watch it back, and then only over time is it sort of switch over. Remember the bit where she's complaining so long her voice is hoarse and they missed the party? I don't even remember that bit. I'll be honest. But yeah, if that's the best bit, yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, so that's every single episode from the first 5 seasons. None the trust episode, and Reverend Lovejoy says that even if Homer was there, he wouldn't recommend it. Again, comes across as mean, doesn't it? Everyone's mean in that episode. Marge's angry at Homer, and Homer's just being a prick, and no one else likes Homer either. You don't blame them, but I don't know. I suppose in the near future I've got to do seasons 5 to 10, really, haven't I? Oh, it's 3 o'clock in the UK. Everyone's doing a test alert on their phones, which is fun. Mine just went off. Yours is probably going to do this as well. Yeah, it's 3 p.m. Set your alarm. Actually, my thing doesn't say for. It's not 3 p.m. It's 1 minute to. It's early. Oh dear. I've not even finished my stream yet. Yes. I bet the whole country's suddenly bleeped. I bet yours has as well, haven't it? Is anyone else's phone's bleeped yet? Both my personal work phone went. Oh, is that the same time? Yeah, it's yeah, the UK's doing like a severe test on things on like every phone, even if it's on silent, like mine is. You know it's on silent because you can't hear my voice because I'm watching my channel. Right phone after funny enough. Nothing else to compare it to. I've not heard the house phone going off, but oh well. Yeah, I suppose that's it then. I suppose it's 3 o'clock. It's time for me to go. It's just mobile. Fair enough. Yeah. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little diversion. Mine's just got off with the same alert. What was it? On one of the best streams ever. Has anyone else done a Simpsons thing on Twitch? I'm sure they must have done. I think I'm just going to upload this to YouTube. I won't edit it. I'll just put it up exactly as. So, in closing, folks, are there any episodes that you don't agree with? Do you think I've put it in the wrong place? Do you think, no, that's too high, that's too low? It's like, what you're talking about, that episode's great. Anything you've disagreed with, or is everyone pretty much on the money? I think I'm happy with that. But yeah, at some point I will do series 5 to 10. No, 6 to 10. I've already done 5. Do like the flashback with Homer and Marge having Bart. Oh, that one. The way he was. Alright, equivalent exchange. I put that one down a peg. We'll put that one back up, shall we? There we go. In the mayor tier. One. That one. That's when I have Meggie, right? That's the one when I have Meggie and Bart gets a job at the power plant. Am I looking at the wrong one? I'm going to get married, he's like, stand back, I'll deliver this, baby. Is it? Same episode. Gives you young ring. Is that not that one? I don't know anymore. No, he's older there. I don't bloody know anymore. I'm questioning myself. The one in Doe's when I meet at high school, yeah. That's who becomes pregnant with Bart. That's why they stay together. Mare one's where they're living at Marge and he leaves her. I'm going to have to rewatch these. That one where he stands up to Patty and Selma and says, "You listen to me, I love her." Isn't it? That one, right? No, that was the same episode. I'm going to have to rewatch them. I really am. Not pregnant at high school one, that's the debate team. Ah, oh, bloody hell. I've ruined everything. I thought I was an expert on Simpsons. Clearly I'm not. Adrian, the stream's yours now. Joe, etc. That's alright. Don't you dare. That's why I asked. I didn't want to know, I wanted to ask. We're good, we're good. It's nice to have someone who knows what they're talking about on the stream. I like this idiot. I like this dum-dum. Oh. Well, no, I'm still competent with where I've left everything. It's fine. Leave it alone. If I keep staring at it, we'll keep swapping it around and we will never be happy. It's the same as like when you're songwriting. If you don't leave it alone, you'll never finish it. You'll keep tweaking it. Stop staring at it. It's done. There. No more. Done. Okay. Well done. That's going to be it for me for a few hours. I will be back at 3 o'clock with XCOM. 3 o'clock? 8 o'clock? It's 3 o'clock now. Christ. I should know it's 3 o'clock. The bloody alarm went off. Before I go, Mr. Burns, what did you think to that stream? Eggs. That's not your phrase, you stupid dog. Can't get a staff here.